G'day friends, welcome to this very quick little info video. I've got to look over these journals. I'm going to flip these at some point, I think. These are my virtual voyage journals. This one's the one from the course. Look at all that. So nice, so full, so chunky. This one is the working one that I do alongside the course to figure out all my notes and my issues. But I still have some more stuff to put in them. So maybe once I've put in the actual one, the working one's done. But once I put the stuff in my other journal, I'm so relaxed. I'm like laid back in this chair. Hopefully I'll flip that for you because I want to share all the stuff that we did in Virtual Voyage 10. I talk about some of it. I'm just uploading a Collage Club video right now. And I said in there I want to make a video to explain these sales that I had. I'm tying up all my loose ends. This is really, really the end now. I posted the end video, 2.5 months ago? This really is wrapping all up those loose ends. So I wanted to chat a little bit about the Etsy sale that happened, because no one needs to know about that anymore. But the Teachable one, let's start with that first. My Teachable, all my workshops that are hosted over there, everything, we are doing a last chance sale. I haven't done sales on these workshops ever, I don't think. I've done return student coupons, which was always just my thank you for students coming back and doing more workshops. But I've never taken the price of the courses and just dropped them for a period and made a sale. I've always been of the belief that the courses were worth what I decided they were worth, and that no matter what time of year it was, it didn't matter. They were always going to be that value to me. Because that's what, in my head, if I was going to go buy something and I knew I could get it on a Black Friday sale, if it was $100 normally, but on Black Friday sales at Thanksgiving, I could get it for $20, my head automatically says the value of that is $20. And I just never wanted to do that with my courses because I worked so hard on them. I'd spent so much time putting them together. I really cared about what I was doing, and I really wanted to make them the best. And I thought, well, this is the value that I see in this course. And of course, it's subjective. Some people thought I charged way too much. Some people would have paid more. It just is what it is. But I had to be happy with what I was doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. So I priced them at that, and I never really did any sales. This is totally different, however, because it is closing. And this is not a sale just because I want some money. This is a sale because I don't want you to miss out. If you've ever wanted to do a jlbCREATIVE workshop, obviously all the live components are finished now, but this would be your last chance to be able to do that. And I wanted to just slash the price right down to make it almost completely accessible to many, many people who over the years have said they just can't afford it, or they would love to one day, but funds are tight. I get it. It's all over the place. I've been in that situation before. I get it. So much like the Etsy sale, which we'll talk about soon, this is just a last chance. Please have this if you would like it. The coupon is last chance, all caps, capital letters, LASTCHANCE, last chance, no spaces. If you put that coupon in at checkout, you can use it on every single purchase you make. If you want to buy 3 courses, you can use it on all 3 of those courses. You want to buy 1, you can use it on the 1, and that'll give you 75% off. And it just really, really slashes that price down. So if that is you, that is the information for you. The only other thing I have to tell you about that is download the course. Teachable will close for me. The site will stay up, but because I'm not going to renew my subscription, I'm sure of this. There's maybe a 1% chance that this is not true, but they will then close my school and no one will have access to any of that, even if you've purchased it. I think that's crazy. My own personal feelings about that, if you've purchased it, Teachable should still allow you to access it. But I guess they consider it rental space. Me paying the subscription is a rental. So yeah, I'm gonna cease paying my rent in November. So technically November is the last time you'll be able to access it all. I think November 24th or the 12th, either one of those. That won't matter because hopefully you will have all of your content downloaded by, obviously latest October, end of October. Do not leave it till November. I'm saying don't even leave it until September. If you can do this by the end of August, this will be great, only because I can help you that way. If you have any questions, I've got about a week until I leave to go to Australia, and then I'll be gone for a while, but I will come back for the first couple of weeks of September, so I might be able to help you out there. So you just need to be able to download it. You'll see when you go through the course, underneath the video, it'll say download, just press that. Under a PDF, it'll say download, press the download. And when you download it, make sure you download it to your personal laptop, your personal computer, a thumb drive, an external hard drive, something that is accessible, once you click out of Teachable. I know a lot of people have been asking me about the download course content on the app, which people have on a tablet or on a phone. To the best of my knowledge, that downloads it to your app so that you can use it without the internet. So if you're offline somewhere, like you're out camping in the bush, you can still access all of your content because it's saved it to the app, is what I'm thinking. If you are on Teachable accessing the content, that is what I would say won't help you. You need to be able to access it without Teachable being involved at all. So make sure you download it to your personal devices rather than saving it on Teachable. Does that make sense? Yeah, so please do that. I really don't know a ton about computers, so I can really only help you to the extent that I know as far as like my MacBook is concerned. But hopefully you've got, I don't know, someone in your life that knows how to download something and save it for you. That is that on that. And hopefully that is something that just gives you a final opportunity to get, even if you've done the courses before, but you thought, oh, that's one I probably wouldn't have wanted to pay for, and now it's cheaper, I'll give it a go. I'm just happy for as many people to get their hands on these as humanly possible before they go away, because once Teachable's gone, they're really only going to live on my personal hard drives, and I don't really see myself doing anything with them after that. Possibly years down the line if I ever come back to this, but I'm just really not planning on doing it. So that's, yeah, it's just the final chance. Please, if you use the coupon and you get your course, just download it. If you have a question for me, also, please know that I'm going to be a lot less available starting next week. So try and do that in the next week or so if you really need my help with something. But as far as the Etsy sale goes, that is done. I checked today because I've sent out the first 50 orders. There is one single stamp set left, one of the Just Face stamp sets. So there's really no point talking about the Etsy sale. However, I am here to issue my public apology like I always do. I never know. I always think I'm doing the right thing. And I think it's just it's a catch-22 all the time. I sent out an email telling everyone when it was. I didn't think that many people cared about the sale. I was clearing a lot of stuff out of this studio, like things I'd used before, random little journals, random paint sets, just random bundles of things. And I like even the class companion books, I felt like, who's going to want these? But if I could put everything out for a super cheap price, well, I'm talking really cheap, like 50 cents, it would be a great deal. And I really wanted to believe that there were still good bargains to be had in this world. But also I could give this stuff a new home, someone who was going to actually be able to use it. And yeah, it all just kind of went in the first 20 minutes. So my apologies. Etsy has just always been so fantastic like that when it comes to putting things in your cart. Unfortunately, if it's in your cart, but someone else has it in their cart and they check out first, it's theirs. And then it disappears from your cart. So I did have a lot of unhappy people, and that is just not the way I want to go out, but I always know there's that risk, and I'm sorry I can't restock any of that stuff because it really just was the last of everything. But I am happy that you participated in the sale all the same. I hope that items that you did grab will kind of make up for what you didn't end up with in your cart. Yeah, it was just always going to kind of be that way, I guess. But the sale is over just because there is nothing left to sell unless there's still that one stamp set there. But yeah, I'm thankful that you all got that information. Again, I'm so sorry that things you might have had in your cart disappeared, or if the frenzy, see, this is where I think you got me back, because the frenzy did drive a lot of people to make multiple orders and then request combined shipping, which is historically the worst thing I can experience in Etsy. It's just a whole process to combine the shipping, and it is really a nightmare. And some of these orders were split into 5 parts, and that is truly the first time I've ever had that. So you know who you are. I'm not gonna say anything. It is fine. Look, I'll have my customer service hat on right up until the end, but I think you got me back good for that one. So, and there were a lot of people that needed combined shipping as well. So I don't tend to combine the shipping unless people ask for it, or if I can see there was a mistake. But yeah, I mean, it's also, there's so many orders as well. So if you're someone that did do multiple orders, but you didn't ask for combined shipping, there's a chance maybe you're getting 2 separate orders or 4 separate orders. If I noticed it, then hopefully I tried to fix that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of orders and a lot of numbers flying around everywhere. So I'll get all that stuff shipped out as soon as humanly possible. Like I said, the first 50 orders are going out in the mail today. So that's really good. It's kind of crazy to see everything like leave. All this stuff is just, it's clearing up a little bit. It's still going to be full. There's still going to be so much junk here. But I am also happy that everything's going to a new home and that people will be using this stuff and that it won't just sit here, you know, just, I don't know. It felt like remnants. It felt like remnants of this part of my journey. And I really did feel the need to get it out. It was like spring cleaning, but it wasn't bad stuff I needed to throw away. It was stuff that just needed a new life. And I had planned on just donating it all because I really didn't need to, I mean, realistically, like, you know, full tea, people were messaging me saying that it was too cheap. And I just felt like I really wanted to believe there was a good bargain to be had in this world for sure. But I also knew I was kind of, it was all selling at a loss. It was all going to be really cheap. And I just kind of accepted that because I thought, well, I mean, this will just be like the last thing that I do. And, you know, I guess some of it, like a little bit of money was better than nothing. And I mean, I guess I just really didn't care that much. I don't know. Beyond that, I was just kind of happy to do it. And I think so much of it was used too. Like, I always put myself in the position of like, what would I want as a customer? And I just felt like it would be really nice to think that I could just go in there and grab a bunch of stuff and it was just, you know, I knew it was used, but it was super affordable or like really cheap. It was only so cheap I could make it because Etsy did have this, like, there's a little calculator that it'll do. You put the price in and it'll say, well, once you paid the fees and once this is accounted for and then this listing fee and this thing, it'll tell you what like profit you make on it. And I was putting things at a price where, okay, I was putting them at like 10 cents. And it said, you can do that, but the listing fee itself is 20 cents. So you're paying 10 cents to sell this. It's already at such a loss. And then you're going to pay a fee on top of that. So it was so funny. So I had to go back in and do it at like 50 cents, which I think 50 cents with all the fees was the lowest price I could do. And I think the profit margin on that was like 2 or 3 cents. So, I mean, it was really just nothing. I had taken all of that stuff and just thought, have it, please. You know, just cover the shipping costs and I'll get it out to you. So I was really happy to do it. It's a lot of work on the shipping end because everything is random sizes and this thing needs to be in a box. This one needs to be in a package, like an envelope. This one needs padding. This one doesn't. Oops, I forgot that thing. I gotta unrip that package and do it again. But yeah, it's fine. It's also kind of nostalgic to be packing a whole bunch of stuff and thinking that this will be the last time I play post office in this office. But that's the Etsy sale. So again, I'm very sorry for the chaos and the frenzy. And if you missed out on something that you wanted, and then I think we're even with the combined shipping drama. I think you got me back. So we can both be a little upset about that in different ways. But ultimately it was a success and I was very happy that that's all done. So this is the last thing that really wraps up. Etsy stays open, by the way, that if that stamp set's there, it's available. But if not, the only other thing that stays up on Etsy are those printables, the Collage Club printables. I have all my back catalog of Collage Club on there just because that's digital content. I don't really need to water it and it's passive income if for some reason, you know, people still want to access Collage Club in the future. It really plays on my mind sometimes that some people will just come across, because people start following my jlbCREATIVE account on Instagram now, and I just think, oh, what a weird time to be following it. But it's not as well, because I'm still sharing, and I'm just going to be sharing, you know, about my passion like anybody else. But in my head, so much of it has stopped. So I'm like, oh, do did you miss, like, you missed out the good part where I was doing all this stuff. But yeah, I just have to think of it differently. It's just, I'm in a weird transition period right now, and these loose ends are so almost tied up. Once I get those last things shipped out of here, there's really nothing left to do except answer some emails and help some people with downloads, I guess. But that feels really good too, especially because I'm going to Australia and I haven't seen my family in years, and I haven't been to Australia in years. I am freaking out. I'm so excited. I forgot that it was winter, so I'm not super keen on that, but I just don't really care. I can't wait to be at home with my family, eating Australian foods, breathing Australian air, watching Australian television, just doing everything, the most boring parts of daily life, but just being there. I love that. And I just can't wait to see all the children, because I think their personalities, I haven't seen them. I see them on the FaceTime calls, but it's completely different just to see them existing in their habitat. And I'm so excited for all of it. So I'm in a weird transition phase, but there's so much excitement building, and these tying up loose ends feels really good. I mean, I know you know that feeling, but just squaring something away and then knowing that there's this huge, incredible, exciting light at the end of the tunnel, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of like chaos in my brain, but it's really exciting, and I feel like the reward is so great. So yeah, I'm happy to combine your shipping. I'm not, but I will do it if I manage to do it. Like I said, if I don't catch it, and I'm sorry about that. If you did send me a message, I did write it down. There's a lot of calculations involved with the shipping, because what happens, no one cares about this, but we're here to chat anyway. If you make an order, it'll calculate all the weight of that order and charge you shipping accordingly for that order. So then if you make another one, it'll charge you shipping for that order. And then if you make another one, it'll charge you shipping for that order. The worst offender did have 5 separate orders. So I had to go into the first order that charged the shipping. Say the shipping was $5. Then all the other shipping was $3. I had to refund all of those $3, but now all of those items that were in those other packages have to be added to this first one, which takes this weight from £2 to £10. So what was $5 now becomes $15. So instead of refunding all of those $3, I have to find the extra $10 in those orders. Do you see what I mean? It's crazy. And then not only that, but to mark those other orders complete, I have to go and take the tracking and add it to each of those that have been partially refunded, because there is still some shipping extras that they paid for, but they have to come from a different order. It's so insane. It's crazy to do it for one. A lot of people will do 2 orders because they'll just get what they really want out of the way first, and then they'll go back and, slowly peruse through everything else as it goes. So combining orders of 2 is kind of okay. 3 it gets a little tricky. 4 and 5 was really overwhelming my brain, and I might have made a mistake. So make sure you check that on your end, because I did the best I could, but that was a lot. And yeah, you're trying to just balance all of that with all the other shipping stuff, and then sometimes I just read the names that I've named things, and I've read it too many times. It doesn't even make sense to me anymore. I was like, what is face base? Face base. I see it all the time. Face base. Face base. And then I go crazy. I start feeling weird things in my head. So I usually do about 50 at a time, and then I have to call it quits. So it'll be shipping out all over this week, but yeah, hopefully if you're looking for things, because I know some people did priority mail, it'll get quick to you once it's in the mail, but it might not get in the mail for a week. So hopefully you'll understand why some of the shipping takes a lot longer. It always takes longer if it's varied items. And again, if I have a lot of individual requests, like the combined shipping or refunds or stuff like that. I don't think there have been any refunds on this one because all the clearance stuff is final sale. So hopefully if you hate it, hopefully it being 50 cents wasn't too much of a big deal. I would just suggest to throw it away if you don't like it, because I probably wouldn't I don't think I even can refund it at 50 cents. Yeah, Etsy will be like, no, now you've paid $3 to do this. But it wouldn't even let me make a scan sheet. Usually I can do, because like if I do 50 orders, now I've got to take them all to the mail office, like the post office, and I usually have a sheet that I can scan, but it's glitchy in the Etsy today, and it would only let me do the scan sheet for 2 or 3 of them at a time, and I'm like, well, what's the point? I might as well just have them just scan them all. So if your tracking isn't showing up just yet, it might not get in until tomorrow, because they have to be dumped and they'll scan them in whenever they scan them in. But yeah, I think I'm just chatting to chat now. It's been a great day, gorgeous weather. I do have one final performance at Disneyland. We finished Better Together last Sunday, a few days ago. And now I have one final performance, a little special event, and that will be my last thing at Disneyland. So that's bittersweet, but I'm excited to do it. It's gonna be really exhausting. Hopefully the adrenaline will just really pick up and get me through. I've done this event before and it was one of the most exhausting ones I'd done. So it is like exhausting in a really gratifying way, but you do get halfway through and you're like, am I gonna die? Is this how I go out? It's crazy. So that's going on. My birthday was great, super great. Very relaxed, very peaceful. I went to see Lady Gaga Mayhem Ball. Loved that. One of the best shows I've ever seen. And she is incredible and incredibly impressive. The dancers were so good. The staging, the choreography, everything was just such a pleasure to watch. Extreme entertainment value. Like it was just everything I wanted. And then I also was really lucky to go and see Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. I went and saw the dress rehearsal in the morning, and that was phenomenal. I've never seen that musical before. I never really had an interest in seeing it before, to be honest, but Cynthia Erivo was playing the lead, and Steve had a friend that was in it, or he knew a couple people that were in it. One of my good friends was in it, and they get given like a wristband or something to go and see the dress rehearsal. So we were lucky that they'd given it to us, and we just went and sat. I mean, it's crazy. If you've ever been to the Hollywood Bowl, I'd never been, but apparently, I mean, it's huge. Apparently you get so far back, your only option is to really watch the screens on the side to see the performance. You can still hear it, obviously, but yeah, you can get really far back. It doesn't seem like it because it's just in the random Hollywood Hills, but it's also a nightmare for parking and stuff. And those particular tickets were really expensive, and we just thought I don't really want to pay that amount of money to sit all the way up the back and watch the screen anyway. Might as well watch it on my phone. So when we got those dress rehearsal tickets, we were like, great, let's go see it. And we were like 3 rows from the front. Like we were so close to see the screens, we had to go like this, even to see them, which I'm saying like this because I didn't really know that, but apparently that's a huge deal. Steve was like, this is crazy. We will never see anything like this again. And to be a guest here, like it was wild. So it was a really incredible experience for their performances, Adam Lambert and Cynthia Erivo and Philippa Sue, like, I mean, incredible performances. And obviously my friend Jen, incredible dance performance, but it was also kind of crazy just to see it in that capacity, so close up. And even as a dress rehearsal, like it was in the early afternoon, like just before like lunchtime, blazing hot California sun. I mean, it was just interesting. You couldn't really see the lighting package because it's just out in the daylight, but even the way that the sun would just fall over their faces as they were performing, it looked like a Renaissance painting. And the sound in there is just, it was crazy. I'd never been. It's going to be really hard to top that experience. And I did the Mayhem Ball and Jesus Christ Superstar in 1 week. So then I thought, now it's really hard to just want to go and see anything else because, we've just seen like knockout performances. But yeah, those were kind of extensions of my birthday. I think I'm still celebrating my birthday, to be honest. But I had a great time. And yeah, I don't really have a lot of free time right now. I think even though Virtual Voyage ended on my birthday and Disney is wrapping up, I still have so many other little things, and these are the last little things, so I'm right in it. Once I get to Australia, I might just log off for a while. I always say that and then I can't help myself, but I can feel myself, you know, when you get buzzing right up to the end and then you just crash and hit a wall. I thought that was it at the end of Virtual Voyage. I really thought I'd burnt myself out because it was so big, but I think it was my birthday and I was going to Gaga. Like, I had a lot of adrenaline still pumping through for those activities. So yeah, I'm waiting for the crash, but it won't happen before I get my Etsy done. So we're all good. Anyway, that's all my news. Happy to chat to you for 25 minutes. Hope you had a great time listening, and remember, last chance is the code for 75% off. I'll put it in the description box as well, so you know, and I'll link Teachable. Go check out those courses if you want any of those. For your final opportunity to do that, Etsy is done for, unless you want any of the old Collage Club files. They're over there as well. Collage Club is still running. August is its last month, so there's 4 revolving months over there if you want to join that as well. I think the 75% off works for that too. So what does that make it? $2? No idea. But you'll see it over there. So if you want to join that, we've got all of those lovely downloads. That'll be the last time I think I tangibly share what's in my journals with you. So if that's important to you, hopefully this information's been helpful. And if not, hopefully you had a good time just listening to my voice in the background. I've kind of missed making videos a little bit, but hopefully I'll flip a journal for you soon. And until then, have a great day. Bye.